So in this video, I will show you how you can change settings on any page in Ongoing. So if you're logged in as an administrator and you see this settings cog down here, this means that you can change the settings on the page that you're on. We're going to change the list view here. That's probably the most common type of change that you make in Ongoing. So I click this here, and the lists are almost always called something with columns, and in this case, order list columns. So I can either edit the existing one that is called one, or I can make a copy out of it and edit that copy instead. And I'm going to make a copy which I will call condensed view. And I'm simply going to remove a bunch of settings in the lower end here. So these would be the rightmost settings in the list. So, and these are the ones that you see in the list. Here are the ones that are available, which as you can see are quite a lot. But we're simply going to remove them and put them to the side again. If you want to remove up or down, as in left or right, you can use these right here. So say now I want the let's move another one, and let's put the assigned picker at the top. And here's another thing that you need to know, priority. That means if you have different settings, then the system will take the one that has the lowest priority first. So we're going to put a 9 on this one, which is lower than 10. Then you can choose if you want the setting to apply only for a certain goods owner, in this case English Ecom. So if you only wanted to apply for that one, then you would check only this. We are good with all the goods owners. Same goes for users. You can make it for a specific user only, or for a permission level, as in the customer account, for example. But we're good with this, and we're going to click create. And now you'll see when I go back to the order list, you'll see that I have the condensed view here, where I put the assigned picker first. Also, you can change back to the other view that you had, the one with prior 10. That's also available here. So if you create a new setting like this of a list, then you will be most often possible to change between the two. Right, then I also want to mention that you might have settings inside and on a sub page, so to speak. So for example, here you have a settings cog down here, which will give you room to change the lists down here. We're not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to mention an example where the setting is not immediately visible. So let's create a purchase order, and let's do an arbitrary number here. And then we want to change this option right here. Now, the default when we generate the purchase order suggestion is to use the reorder point of the articles. We are going to change that to a setting called delivered since. I refer to the docs manual to actually take a look what it means. I just want to show you here how you can change it when it's not immediately visible on the page. So you click the settings cog down here, and you notice you only have the columns and something, one specific other setting. But the system still has default settings, but they're not immediately visible to change. So then you click create a new setting here, and in this case we're going to change the in order suggestion. And we don't want to have the stock limit. Instead, we want the delivered since. Now the priority here, it doesn't matter what you put, you will still override the system's default, but let's put a lower than 10 priority for good practice. And it's the same here, that you can apply the setting to whoever you want. The default is everyone, and we're going to do that, and then click create. And here we can choose how many days we want the setting to apply for. So we click create, and we go back to the where we have the purchase order suggestion. And if we take a look at the tooltip, you'll see that we'll generate purchase order suggestion based on the quantity shipped the last 60 days. So you can see that we clearly made a change with that setting. So this is how you can change your settings for different pages in Ongoing. Hope that helps. Thank you very much.